Out of all the animals that were being elusive, the 3,000-pound steer, I mean, come on. We should better catch him doing anything. Well, y'all, we got a slight situation. Nothing major, just slight. That is, I came out here to show you guys M&M over here. Y'all can see them, they're out grazing this morning. And I was gonna cut the mister on and show y'all and, you know, see if we can catch Moody standing in the misters that we just installed yesterday. But we got a little situation that I just didn't think was gonna happen. But that is the mister tore up. I don't know if they ripped that out or what. I don't think so. At first I thought it was oh, maybe that's what happened. Let's see. Maybe it wasn't screwed on there good. Maybe that's what it was. Maybe this piece here wasn't just screwed on there good and it just came out. I was thinking that they did something, but now I don't think they did. All right, let's regroup on this here and see what happens. I cut it on and water just started spraying all over the place. I was like, that's not right. So maybe nothing's wrong. Maybe they didn't do anything. I'm thinking now they didn't do anything. I'm thinking it just wasn't screwed in all the way. There. Hey, Mildred. All right, let's try this again. Moody, we're gonna try this again, buddy. Ever since we finally got some rain and the pastures went from brown to green, the cows have been out there grazing way more, especially Moody. Moody did not graze near as much as Mildred did. And I thought it was because they're just two different types of cow. Mildred, of course, is a beef cow. Moody is a dairy cow. And I thought maybe Mildred just ate more. But ever since the pasture started greening up, Moody has been out and about himself. All right, let's try this again. Let's try this again, y'all. All right, so we are misting. We are misting. Well, I thought they had really tore it up. When I came out here, I cut it on and I never saw it misting. And I was like, what in the world? And then I saw the water shooting straight up.
Well, little secret to tell you.
What's that?
Yesterday, I turned it on yesterday morning when I fed. I came back yesterday afternoon, cut it off. All was fine, right?
Yeah.
So I came this morning, went to feed, got finished filling up their water trough, switched it to the misting system, went to cut it on. I knew something was wrong. And I didn't tell you immediately because I just went on about doing other chores, but I knew they had tore it up. And so when you asked me, did you know the misters were tore up? I did.
It just come unscrewed, so it may not have been screwed tight to start with.
Well, I know what happened.
What?
So I cut them off yesterday afternoon, and because it was about to rain.
Right.
And the rain shower passed, and they looked at each other, and they realized their misters weren't going. And so they thought that you cut it on from over there.
It was working on it.
So they were working on it. And while they were working on it, they actually messed it up.
They messed it up. Let me show y'all something funny and smart. So Moody's out there in the pasture grazing, but look where he's grazing. He's grazing in that shade area right there. He's got it figured out, don't he?
What's going to be really smart is when Mildred goes and grazes beside him.
She was out there a minute ago.
So she can use his shadow.
Oh, okay. She was already out there.
Yeah, they ate, and as soon as they finished eating, they headed out.
That's what I was telling everybody, since we've had some actually decent rain that we hadn't had and our pastures were crisp and brown. Immediately they greened up.
Very low.
And now look.
Yeah.
And they've been out there grazing 3 times more than they were, especially Moody. And also I think their colors. I think Mildred being that creamy white.
She doesn't get as hot.
I don't think the sun affects hers as much as it does Moody.
Hey, they turned it back on.
How about that, girl?
We tried, and we couldn't get it on.
Y'all couldn't fix it, could you, girl? Couldn't get it. Switch is over here. Look at Mildred. That feels good.
It feels real good, don't it, girl?
That feels good.
Look at her looking at the mister.
Y'all look at her licking it. She was
Love
literally looking up in the air, licking the air. Moody, you missing out, buddy.
So I'm just getting my grass in this morning.
So I know some of y'all have seen the Silkies out and about. I was gonna give y'all a quick update on those guys. We have let them out, and we've been keeping the barn doors cracked where they can get in. And the one down there on the end down yonder is where their feed and water is. So if they want to go in there, they can. They're free ranging everywhere. Plus we got several little smaller waters in here that they can get. And so it's just way better for them. They enjoy it. They're out and about. You can see he's drinking water out of one of the little small waterers we got out here. They go in at night and roost, or they really don't roost. They're silky, so they can't fly. So they do go in at night. None of the animals bother them. We just felt like it was just a better situation to let them out and walk around and stuff. They just kind of really hang out in this area somewhat, but they do venture out some. You can see the little red roosters over there venturing out. So good thing is they're scratching around, cleaning up manure, which is great. So that'll help cut back on flies somewhat. We are going to eventually, once we get the backyard garden finished, there will be a coop and a pen for those guys back there. So that's where the Silkies will eventually end up. But for now, they got huge pastures, green grass. They got dirts, rocks, they got grit. They got everything they need here. Everything. And they can go inside anytime they want to, cool off. They got their chicken feed in there. They got the water in there. No other animals can get to it. So, I mean, they really got it made. All this shade. This is like a huge chicken coop for these guys. Even Peaches don't mind them. And y'all know Peach. Y'all know Peach. You know what I mean? If Peaches don't mind them, then we're good. Me and my girl Holly over here. Brooke's doing some things over there in the barn. She's gonna come help me after a while if I don't get it done first. And that is, I'm gonna try to pick these pink eye purple hull peas this morning. Right, girl? That's right. And then we can get my grandfather's antique pea sheller and start shelling some peas. What's great about pink eye purple hull peas is that they're easy to put up and store. So we have done them several ways. We freeze dry them. We have blanched them and freezed them. I forget which way Brooke likes the best, but all in all, it's very, very easy plant. And we'll eat these all year long. As a matter of fact, we're still eating on the ones from last year. And I want to say, I think we got a way better crop this year than we did last year. Don't you think it's going to be more than last year?
Yeah.
In a smaller spot.
Jason, I got that whole bucket over there is full.
Yeah.
This one's almost full, and we're only 4 rows in. We got 5 rows left.
We may have to pick halfway and stop. And then,
I'm betting.
you know, that's probably what we're going to have to do. Pick halfway and stop. That's okay. Rachel will be here in a few minutes.
Okay.
And to check the bees, and I think I'm going to help her.
Yeah, now that we have bee suits.
Yes, I get to get the bee suit on for the first time. And her dad is doing better, Mr. Roy.
Yes.
Broke his hip.
So she's been covering 2 people's jobs.
So basically 3.5 to 4 rows. We still got some in here we can pick. They hide from you just like squash and everything else does, but about 3.5 rows in, you can see how many peas we got. Bunch of peas right there. We got this much more left to go. I think we're gonna have peas for a while. Lots
Yeah.
of them.
I think peas are gonna have us for a while too.
Y'all, it's been several hours since we came out here. And you can see Mildred is catching some of the mist off the misting system, and Moody's still under the shade tree over there. Still have not caught him under there. So I think I'm just gonna keep my eye out on this whole cow misting system situation here, because I haven't seen Moody under there yet. Now Brooke says she saw him under there one time yesterday, but I haven't. There goes Mary Call's pigeons. Look at them. I haven't seen him under there, and Brooke only saw him that one time. So that could be either one or two things, I think. Either the grass is so green and the guys are just out grazing way more, which they are. We've seen them do that before we even put this misting system in. They were loving the green grass for sure. Or Moody doesn't care for it and don't want to go under there. I really don't think that's the case though, because Mildred loves it. I mean, she's standing under there with her eyes closed. I would think if one loved it, the other one would like it as well. But, you know, all animals are different. So, just going to keep my eye out on it, see how it goes. We'll come back over here and check on it today. There is a chance of rain this afternoon. The rest of the week is going to be like that. We're just going to get these afternoon showers, and that really cools things off a bit. And every evening, these guys are out in the pasture. Before the grass is green, they were under the Moo Mansion. It's amazing. Absolutely amazing. All right, we're going to watch this, guys. Okay? We're going to watch it. Out of all the animals that were being elusive, the 3,000-pound steer, I mean, come on. We should better catch him doing anything. All right, y'all. Miss Rachel just sent me a text. She's about to be here. I'm going to go put my new bee suit on and be ready and see if I can't help her with the bees today. The last time they came and harvested honey, they've been a couple of times past then, but the time that they harvested the honey here for the spring was right when Granddaddy passed away, and so I was unable to video any of that. But today I'm going to help. All right, here we go. First time with my new bee suit. Let's go check the bees real quick and see what they're looking like. Your suit is not as white as mine.
It's very real. Yeah, use my belly to prop up.
So typically this time of year is hot. We haven't had any rain until last week, and so they're slowing down right now, right?
That's what I suspect, but this hive looks very, very full of bees. Now, this is honey that we did not harvest last time. Let's slow down gently. That they just didn't have, we didn't have enough room on the truck. I think it was a couple 100 pounds that we harvested to get this.
But they could be eating that right now?
They might be. They usually keep enough in this bottom brood box that the top supers we can take off without any real concern.
I got you.
There we go.
Yeah,
they're not uncapping.
Yeah, it's not solid.
That's all good honey that they have made this season.
Wow.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Now that I've cracked it open, they all want to eat it though.
Yeah.
From everything that we understand, honey is kind of like an MRE, which is those military meals.
Yeah.
They prefer like nectar. Honey is their preservation method, so it's kind of like the canned goods.
It's kind of like freeze drying.
Freeze drying is better than that.
All right, so this is the swarm that your dad caught with his bare hands that everybody was oohing and ahhing about.
Oh man.
It sounds like pure sugar.
Well, these girls did all the hard work.
Look at that one. That's all capped honey.
Mm-hmm.
You can see where it broke right there.
And what's interesting, you said something about the buckwheat.
Yeah.
This looks darker to me. Now they are still raising brood up in here.
Okay.
And you see how these cells are larger?
Yeah.
That's the brood comb for the drones.
Okay.
And so that means that they feel like they have ample resources that they can use that up on male bees. They don't typically create male bees in the colony unless there's sufficient resources. So since that's really little brood in there, it's not very far developed, that must mean that they're starting to get a little bit of something now.
Y'all look at Big Daddy Scott over there. Looking good, brother. Looking good, Scott. All right, bees are doing great. She was able to harvest some honey. She got around 200 pounds. I'm trying to think how much total honey we've gotten off our hives. I want to say these hives here, 550 pounds of honey this year. That is unbelievable, isn't it, y'all? Good gracious. Wow. All right, y'all, I'm back here working on the backyard garden area. Like I said, I'm just trying to do a little bit at a time. And Brooke just sent me a text, and she said she saw Moo Man walking towards the Moo Mansion. So I'm headed over there right now to see if he does indeed get under that misting system. I didn't even grab my camera. I just got my phone because I wanted to catch this, y'all. What you think, Big Daddy? You like that, sir? He looks like he likes it. Look at him chewing his cud. You see a cow laying down, chewing their cud like he's doing. They're in total relaxation mode. They are just as relaxed as they can be right there. Same with Mildred's asleep. Moo Man probably ain't far from it. But I can't believe we caught him. Finally caught you, buddy. Under the mister. I was starting to wonder if you enjoyed it or not, man. All right, for those who have not seen it, this is my granddaddy's peace shelter that he had built. We used to say 75 years ago, but I'm thinking that was probably somewhere between 75 and 80 years old now. And let's show you how this works. It's pretty simple. I mean, it's just got a motor here, a pulley here, a bigger pulley here. The peas will drop down into this lower portion here. And it's got your old-timey clothes washer ringers here, or rollers that you would wring out your clothes. And it's just enough pressure where it pushes the pea out without crushing it. You ready to give it a whirl?
I am.
Let's go.